I think he's back.
I am. Hello, everybody. This is Shoot the Breeze, episode 21. A chill interview and a chill time all around for you and me. I am your host, ChaoticFireBlaze, and alongside me is a very, very blunt individual. As a matter of fact, he'll tell you the truth on his own accord and not even bullshit you in between on hand. So,
I mean, that is true.
well, there you go. A very blunt indeed, but as well as a good person all around too. Especially if you ever just need advice on hand, as well as just somebody just to be able to chill and talk to about anything in general. My guest for tonight is NakhtiEmperor1, but I just call him Nakhti for short. Welcome, Nakhti.
What up?
What up?
Glad I could be here.
Yeah, not a problem.
I still think I should get a drink. I mean, it's episode 21.
No, I got you, dude. No, you're all good. I mean, it's too early. It's too early in the afternoon to be drinking. Early afternoon on hand.
I mean, it's only 4. It's 5 o'clock in
somewhere. Is that what you're gonna say?
5 o'clock in Mountain Time. It's 6 o'clock for you. I could easily be drinking right now if I was still in the Midwest.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would on hand. Alrighty. So my first question.
Nah, I shouldn't.
Nah, you're good. But my first question on hand is how the hell did we meet?
Oh God.
I could tell you how.
It was through another couple of friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of all I remember, to be honest. I mean, it's been a real fucking chaotic couple of months for me. So I'm sorry. I'm a bad person. I honestly don't remember.
No, it's all good. I will tell you a story here. We briefly met for a little bit on hand. I can't remember the location, but I feel like it was a pug. But the moment we actually met on hand, got a chance to know each other, was on that Final Fantasy 13 beach. And I went to go see Expansion and ODLC, and I ran into you again. And he goes, "I remember you. How you been?"
That's right, because I saw you in the Iron Man thing, and it was just like, wait a minute.
I was walking around.
Iron Man.
Yeah, I was walking around in my Iron Maiden avatar and everything, and basically you saw me. He's like, "I remember you." And basically, we started talking and chilling for a little bit on that or so. Became friends through there.
That's right. I remember now.
And we didn't have any more.
That was...
Yeah, that was a long time ago. It was 2019, I think.
2 years ago now? No, that was definitely in 2018, because I had actually just gotten my VR at the time, and then it was just I was friends with the other people.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, God, how fucking time flies.
Yeah, it flew. I can tell you, it flew on hand. And I remember, too, it's like, after that interaction, so we didn't get a chance to meet up anymore until the VR University. And then that's when we began And that's when we began to talk one another. I think the thing that kind of, like, made that friendship even grow was the fact that basically I knew a little bit of Dynasty Warriors on hand. Just because I knew the... I played Dynasty Warriors. It was. I played like Dynasty Warriors 7, 6, 7, and 8. So that's how I knew my lore on hand.
That's right. I remember now. God, that VRU stuff, that was fun at the start.
Yeah, there you go.
Unfortunately, I had to take my leave because of my my eye problem that I had.
Yeah,
and then
personal issues.
You and I actually met at Twitchcon last year, which that was fun.
Yeah, it was. That's actually one of my questions I had for you later on or so. I was going to dive into more about that for you.
Right.
But also, I will ask too about your VRChat origins. Like, what got you into VRChat in general?
I think I was looking for something new a couple of years back. And I was dabbling in programming yet again, but I saw, like, I could be whatever fucking avatar that you wanted. And my immediate thought was, I can either go Space Marine or Doomslayer. I did find a couple of Space Marine ones. Those are still my joke ones, which it's the little fucking tiny angry Marine. But I found the Doomslayer, and I gotta give a shout out to my buddy Nick out, who made all of the Doomslayer avatars, and he basically gave me my own, and it was like, well,
look, there you go. There you go on hand.
I'm in it.
Yeah, you're already in it, and it's already powered up and ready to go for it. But yeah, it's like I will say some people kind of like found VRC for like either like certain kind of like ads in general, or basically like mostly YouTube. Like if you ever see a compilation of it or so, you immediately
Yeah,
wonder
there's
what
a
the
lot
hell
of
is this.
YouTube.
Yeah, you immediately wonder what the hell is this
There's
and
a
everything.
lot of fucking YouTube. And I think I started playing VRChat like just as a desktop pleb for just off and on June of 2018, and then I didn't really delve into it much until the end of 2018, and then I'm, well, here.
Yep, here and now. Here and now on
One
hand.
thing led to another. The amazing things that VRChat has actually done for me.
So, my next question on hand is basically hobbies besides this game in general. And trust me, I already know so many about your hobbies on hand just because from Destiny 2, Monster Hunter World, I don't think I know any other multiplayer games besides those two because you always play those so much on hand. But any other ones you want to add into that? Or like anything else besides gaming in general?
As a former avid World of Warcraft player, the biggest reason I'm coked out on Destiny 90% of the time is because it fuels that addiction. Otherwise, I play a shit ton of Total War, and I generally dabble in Warhammer 40k, Age of Sigmar. I'm still trying to get through all my other stuff too, but a lot of Warhammer and Total War. A lot of people would think that I'm savage in the field. Get me into a tactics game, and then, well, then you're fighting another whole level of savage.
You're gonna find a way to break that game, or basically some way just to be able to like push it in general to its own cores, for that matter.
That's why I want to get that damn RAM. I need more RAM.
I need more RAM to destroy my enemies.
Oh my god. No, it'll take well, my rig is actually a few years old. So that's the thing. I'm actually on my laptop on VR right now. So I just want to get the extra 32 gig of RAM. So
I will say your laptop is probably a very strong gaming laptop, just because I understand too. When I think of a gaming laptop, I don't think of how powerful it could possibly be to be able to run VR or so until the moment I see you walking around like with no like lag or in general. So it's like, okay, I shouldn't question that anymore with technology in general, how it can advance. So
thank you, N.S.I. The stream is not sponsored by N.S.I.
Well, I will say I actually had a question about that being N.S.I. How exactly did that even formed? Or where?
Oh, I said MSI, the computer company.
MSI. I thought you said N.S.I. Sorry.
No.
I was one letter too late. But yeah. Let's talk about N.S.I. on hand. What was the formation of it, or what was the blossoming and idea for it that you decided to create it? And you and I believe other people too.
I was super young at the time. Sorry to get dark on this one, but my dad back in 2014 had just passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And not 2014, 2004, my bad. I was 14 at the time. And you see how I get those fucked up?
That's all good.
It was 2004, and I had felt like I had practically nothing. And it was dark for me. It was dark, I'll fully admit. 14, just lost his dad. And I thought to myself, no. There's something else. I had my Xbox, and the clan has actually gone through a shit ton of name changes before we finally decided on it in 2015. But N.S.I. has actually been around not as N.S.I., but as, like, obviously, as you can tell my name, because technically the name Nakhti Shadow Industries, my name is just the beginning part of N.S.I. Nakhti, obviously. And I'm the owner. And I figured, I'm going to make sure that people have as much of an asshole as I am. I'm on their side. And if there are some people that don't have, like, the same shit that I never had enough of a fallback when I was younger. and it was dark, I'll admit. So that month later, I started, at the time it was just Nakhti for Halo 2, but then I met my 2 other founders, and then I met the other 2 founders. So originally there's 6 of us, but it's gone down to 5 of us because we're just the 5 horsemen. And unfortunately, one of them I left in Nebraska, the other one is in Iowa. Another one is on the East Coast. He's in Virginia, and now there's 2 founders here in California. Meaning, California is the new home state of N.S.I, just because there's 2 founders. We have another person that is one of our majors, all the way New England, opposite side, just to make sure that we've got people everywhere.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I love the fact that I don't have to handhold or micromanage anybody. Had to, but we got rid of those problems.
I got you.
I shouldn't have to micromanage because I've got my own life too, considering I just moved. And the important people understand that. And I know my brothers that are backing me up for NSI and everything know damn well when I'm going through the shit, I don't have to sit here and hold people's hands. So, it's been needless to say busy, but the big catalyst for NSI was me saying that, no, there's something else. I'm gonna make sure that people have a place to go when they may think they might not have anything.
Anywhere to go.
Yeah.
I got you, Ian. Sounds like a noble cause too, especially for those who are looking for a place they can at least feel like they have a home, or be able to find a place to be able to relate to in many different ways, depending on what their hobby is. Or what...
Yeah, but a lot of people actually don't realize that the catalyst for NSI was me losing my dad back when I was 14. And I'm 30 now. Let that sink in. NSI is 16 years old now. Oh my god, NSI is 16 years old. That's fun.
Well, that shows that shows you how strong that bond is. That shows you how that...
Holy shit.
That shows you how strong that bond is, especially for the fact that basically it was able to keep going for that long period of time. Imagine that. Imagine, if you will, a group that long compared to like any group that never got a chance to get to 16 years.
And then in 2015, I took it to Nakhti Studios, and I started the programming thing, and that's my other side hobby with everything else that I do, hardware, software, literally everything besides video games that I play, especially since I moved out here. Holy shit. I go to the beach more times in a week than I realize now. I love it.
No, I got you on hand. And hey, at least you'll be able to relax, be able to do what you gotta do and relax to the fact that you have something nearby to have that little form of peace, you know?
Yeah, it definitely helps. It doesn't help though when there's fucking king swells hitting the coast though. That's just I'm not gonna go to the beach.
No, I got you.
I don't want to get taken away by a 10-foot swell. I'm good.
Now let me ask you this question on hand, and this is about the Warhammer Universe. Now understand, I know how big the Warhammer Universe is just because I had to look at a Wikipedia article to see that it stretches from all the way from 1980 all the way to here, and now it's still growing. There's like so much lore that you can easily read right through on hand on exactly what's happened here and there, and just like so many details. But I will say, for the most part, entirely, what kind of got you started in that Warhammer-wise, or just like basically to be able to kind of like read that and just be able to keep going with it?
The game, the tabletop. The tabletop did it for me back when I played the fourth rule book, Chaos Space Marines. That was a long ass time ago for me, and then I started in on the books, and then the games, and then I realized there was a fantasy portion to it. So Warhammer 40K was my start back in, I want to say, I was just fresh, about to be out of high school, so about 2008, 2007. It was, oh man, I could go on for Warhammer for days, dude.
No, I got you.
But that was my getting into it. The tabletop turning into me getting the books. And the lore takes off from there.
Takes off from there, and ever since then, you've been hooked to it. Because I know for the fact that basically,
hell yeah, dude.
Because I know for a fact, basically, at certain points of time, I would actually catch you reading a book or so, or basically it'd be like, we could just be doing something on hand. I just hear the sound of page flipping in the background. I was like, "What's that?" And I just hear you just basically reading a book or so. What's going on?
I mean, what can I say?
Yeah, it's all good.
Since I moved here, I bought 3 different Warhammer books. Because they just started coming out with the crime series of Warhammer in like one of the major cities with Rogue Trader, and it was like, oh, they have the crime syndicate stuff.
Well, there you go.
So it was basically that.
Well,
God, those books are so good. I need to read Flesh and Steel. I haven't sat down and read it yet.
Well, there you go on hand. So I do have a question on hand. This is kind of like a personal question from me to you, and that's this is why I wrote it down compared to like anything else. But what does the Doomslayer mean to you? And just because I know you like Doomslayer, I know on him, but there's got to be like a hidden meaning to it that on why you enjoy Doomslayer, why you personify it in general, and avatar wise and everything.
I'm 30. And Doom originally came out in December of 1993. That was actually the first video game I played on an MS-DOS.
Gotcha.
That's why.
That's why? I always thought there was like No, I just thought there was like
and it's the whole thing with like, there are some people that have the strength to do stuff that needs to be done, and there are some that don't. I flash past that. I rip past that, and I'm like, if it needs to be done, I'll fucking do it.
I got you.
And the Slayer is definitely one type of person that would do that. I mean, you can't shoot a hole into the surface of Mars. Fucking watch me.
Well, there you go. There you go. Pretty much, if you want to do it, do it. And if you believe you can do it, just go for it.
That's the biggest reason. Fucking watch me. I will.
There you go.
You can't do this.
So a couple of different topics on hand I was going to ask you, and I know you haven't been on VRChat lately or so, or basically know what's going on, but I was going to ask, compared to your time when you first began VRChat to where you are now with the current present, is there some things you're glad that have been changed, or is there some things you wish that have stayed the same?
They can quit fucking with the servers. That's what my biggest thing is. They can definitely quit fucking with the servers. I've got to update this avatar to 3.0 because this is still a 2.0 one, but...
Same here with this one.
Yeah. Security, I gotta give them that. They updated the security for it a bit for your personal account and stuff like that. That's definitely a bonus. Other than that, I haven't really been paying attention to it, minus the big things with me working security, programming, stuff like that. Like, that's the whole privacy thing is real important to me, so. But 2FA, 3FA, and everything, so it's important. But the security is the biggest thing I'm glad that they updated with VRChat on. Otherwise, I haven't really been on.
I got you. I got you on hand. And trust me, like, as time goes by or so, I feel like it's just like a little update, little by little. It's going to fix certain things. It might break a whole lot of things, but it'll keep trying to fix things little by little. It's kind of like, you know, gluing glass pieces together and just kind of like keep gluing them little by little until you can finally have a whole mirror to look at for whatever kind of progress that'd be. So, but let's talk about TwitchCon on hand now. I don't know what you did afterwards I don't know what you did afterwards when we first met or so. I know we bumped into each other, I think, maybe once or twice. I think it was twice just because it was on that first day we met. That second day we met again by the wall at the TwitchCon Convention Center. I was going to say, what did you do afterwards or so? Or I remember you had to go to the beach or something. And I can't remember where.
We ended up going to the beach. I was with a buddy of mine and my fiance. We ended up going to the beach, and I was finally in California for relaxation, and don't want to get into why I was there otherwise.
No problem.
And I basically fell in love with Cali because I had hated going out there, and then I realized, like, hey, there's more to that. There's more out here than just that. And I'm like, all right.
All right.
And it turns out a year later, I moved out to California. I live in San Diego now, so.
Because I was
At least I don't have to deal with the snow in the Midwest anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yep. I'm happy for you for that one. I gotta
I'm
deal
sorry.
with.
I'm sorry. I had to get that little dig in.
It's fine. Hey, I will have to deal with it only on certain days, just because where I live or so, it could be very bipolar, where it could snow one day and then go away the next day. Literally, that's why
that's exactly what happened where I live too, and I was like, bruh.
I gotta wear a jacket anywhere I go because I have no idea how the weather's gonna be. It could be sunny for all I know, then suddenly rain later on that day. But
oh yeah, definitely.
But I will say too, because when I went there and everything and got a chance to meet you and everybody else in person, it was one of those moments too where I'm just trying to like figure things out, just because it's one of those times where basically you know everybody by voice, so you're trying to identify who's who just by voice. So it takes some time for me to kind of remember who's what, because you never got a chance to see their face until you meet them in person. So, and
well, you've seen my face recently, and I'm just like,
I have. Yeah, got that Gandalf beard growing.
Hey, I'm trying to get it to Gandalf beard. I don't think my wife will let me though.
Well,
she said dwarf beard is my limit.
Dwarf beard's your limit. I mean, you can always like Viking it up, or if they just kind of like get tied up with like ceremonial like knots and everything.
Don't tempt me.
Hey, I'm giving ideas. That's what I do. I get plenty of ideas on hand. It's whether you roll the ball with it. But I will
actually do that.
But I will say too, past that, the other question I have, which honestly too, I don't think honestly too, this is one of those questions just because I never know for sure, just because for how long I've known you, but I wouldn't be surprised on hand. Let's talk about anime on hand. So,
oh god.
So let me ask you this: when I say anime or anything, what would be the first series or like say a show that comes to your mind when I say anime?
Oh. When you say oh god, it's probably what fiance and I are watching right now, and that's RPer1.
RPer1.
Just because that's in the back of my head, be like, hey, we should keep watching this, and I'm like, yes, because that anime is really good. I am a fucking terrible weeb when it comes to it.
No, I know. I don't ever think that you're like the person who would associate themselves with like watching anime in general, just because of the stuff you do in general, like with everything else, that I don't think you have time to even sit down and watch anything. So
I make time to sit down and watch anime. I force myself to do it, because the biggest thing is you don't make time for yourself or your loved ones. In my case, it's my fiance. But we sit down and be like, what are we doing? Okay, watch anime, that's fine. Otherwise, that's what are we doing? Okay, relax time.
No, I got you.
So
I got you on hand. What would be a show on top of your head that would hit you close to home? In the sense of it could, at this point, since, you know, if you gotta make time with anime or so, it could be like any other show in general. Like, what would hit you close to home?
Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail? Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail.
I got you. I assume there's something about it that kind of like, it's especially when it's just like something life-wise or so to it, that you could just relate to it in general. I'm not going to dive too deep into it because I think it might be personal for you.
No, it's the same thing like how I started N.S.I.
I understand. I got you.
So that's really all it is. Otherwise, I like Fairy Tail, Seraph. Like I said, fiance and I are watching RPer1. It's a racing anime. It's really good, actually. Although my biggest qualm with that show is, why is everyone in America speaking Japanese?
Multicultural? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't.
It's just like, hold on a second. And then the Europeans came in and they're also speaking Japanese. Like, what?
No, I got you. I got you on hand. So, this leads me down to my last question on hand. As you can see, I have this camera right here for you. And if you want to take center stage for this on hand, because the question I have for you is this. What are your goals and dreams? And, if you can, what would be the best advice you could ever give to anybody else? So I'm going to back up a little bit here, and I'll have you center stage for this camera if you want to get close to it.
Oh, God, does that mean I have to stand up?
You don't have to stand up. You can sit down. You can stay sitting down, just kind of like...
Too bad I'm standing up.
Well, they're not going to see you on camera, head-wise. So.
No, I'm kidding.
All right.
God. Goals and dreams. Well, I got out of the Midwest. That was a definite goal for me, mainly because... Holy shit, do I absolutely hate the Midwest. I mean, I didn't have a direct problem with it. It was the fact of how cold it was getting. I physically couldn't handle the cold anymore. I'm glad I got out. Goals. Man. Completed a couple of them. I got out. I have an amazing fiance, so that's definite goal in my book. I'm an asshole. I'm totally an asshole, but the biggest thing is I back my shit up with what I say. I absolutely do. You can take it the wrong way, you can take it the right way, you can take it however the hell you want, but you gotta follow through with what you do and with what you say. You gotta make sure that you say you're gonna do something for a friend, anything, fucking do it. And I'm honest no matter what. If I don't like something, I'll straight up tell you. Sometimes being an asshole has its perks, but sometimes it doesn't. I'll admit that I've been in the wrong. I have. But the biggest thing is back up what you say. Follow through. No matter what. I said I was gonna get out of the Midwest, and I did. I'm in California. I live in San Diego now. It's great. I absolutely love this weather. Other than that, continuing on my learning, programming, being the best possible fiance I can to my fiance. I'm an asshole. I honestly don't know how she said yes to me. It baffles me every day. But there's stuff that she was looking for that I found for her. But I do what I can for her. Because it's not just me anymore. That was my biggest thing. It's not just me anymore that I gotta make sure I can take care of my fiance. Meaning I gotta take care of myself as well. She doesn't need a phone call from anybody saying that I've been hospitalized. That's not fun. Follow through. Make sure you do what you say. That's my advice.
No, it's all good. And I will say this, I'm saying this from friend to friend, underneath that armor exterior, that battle-hearted, mind you have, you've got a good heart. I want to let you know that. Even if you are, even if you are an asshole, you're still lovable. Let you know that, bud. Let you know that.
I still don't know how my fiance said yes to me. I'm a fucking prick, dude.
That's because she can see right through you. She can see there's a soft spot, and that's the soft spot she loves. Trust me. Once you have somebody who can see right through you or so, they're with you for life. They're the best friends you can ever have in life. They can see right through you and see what you're going through, and who you are on the inside.
Yeah, That's for sure.
But I will say, guys,
So-
that will be episode 21 of Shoot the Breeze.